What's up? What's up? What's up, family? This is Chief Kalinago with another video. Yo, I'm on a roll today. I'm on a mission. Let me make sure I got I'm gonna give you guys some time to get into the live feed, but we are gonna talk about the Giants. Okay. I'm gonna give you guys some time to tune in, but let me see. Well, give me a second here. Give me a second, making sure I have sound. Talk about. All right, beautiful. I got sound. I got sound. We ready to rock and roll. Now, family, get on the live feed. We about to go in. What's up? We about to go in. Let me tell y'all something. Okay. Like I said, this platform right here, this platform is gonna put a lot of your so-called teachers and lecturers on YouTube. I'm not gonna put them on blast, but the information that I'm bringing is gonna expose them. Why are they not talking about this? Why? Why are they trying to put us in Africa? And once again, family, my videos are for educational purposes. My videos is not to discredit or put our brothers and sisters down from the African continent. The videos is literally, okay, for educational purposes, geared towards indigenous people, preferably the indigenous peoples of the Americas, because this is where I live. I just want people to know that we have our own identity. We have always had our own identity. And I'm not just going to talk about it. Hey, what's up, Peaceful Flow? I'm not just going to talk about it. I'm going to prove everything I'm saying to you. What's up, Cherry? I'm going to prove it to you. And I'm going to prove to you we are the ancient giants who ruled the Americas. All right. So I'm going to give some more people some time to tune in. I just want to give credit to, again, LaShonda, the branch Flowers from Facebook. That's always researching, finding great information. Hey, what's up, Shelly Twin? And we're gonna go in. We're gonna go in. First thing I want to do is I want to go to the synopsis of a book called I have the name right here. Give me a second. It's called The Shadow of Atlantis. The Shadow of Atlantis by Alexander. I forgot his last name, but you could go to Amazon and get the book. But I'm just gonna show you the synopsis of the book. I'm gonna read it to you. I'm gonna share my screen real quick, and we're gonna go in right away. No time to waste, okay? No time to waste, because time is important, time is valuable, and I just want y'all to know I appreciate your time, family. I have the super chat support, all right? Because like you see, this is all I'm doing research, bringing the information to you to debunk some of the stuff that these people are telling you. So I'm calling out to all you master teachers, you so-called master teachers, all you lecturers on Facebook, and all you so-called teachers on Facebook. Tell the people the truth, man. Stop putting us in Africa. Stop the BS. All right? Let me share this screen real quick. And this is the synopsis of the book right here, okay? All right. Let me present that to everybody. And this is the synopsis of the book, okay? Now, you could go to Amazon and try to get the book yourself, but it's The Shadow of Atlantis, and it's by Alexander Bragheim. And the synopsis of the book, it reads, it has a 4-star, so apparently it's a great read. It reads, first published in 1940, this is one of the great classics of Atlantis research. It amasses a great deal of archaeological, anthropological, historical, and scientific evidence in support of a lost continent in the Atlantic Ocean. We know that's in the Americas. Bragheim covers such diverse topics as Egyptians in Central America. Don't do it, Chief. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ancient, okay, diverse topics as Egyptians in Central America, and the myth of Quetzalcoatl. I mean, pardon my pronunciation, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. I think it's Quetzalcoatl. All right, I think that's what it is. The Basque language and its connection with Atlantis, the connection with the ancient pyramids and Mexico, Egypt, and they say more, and Atlantis, the sudden demise of mammoths and legends of giants, and much more. Legends of giants. Now, whether it's myth or fact or fiction, I'm going to prove to you that the giants were right here in America. I am not just talking about this. I am going to prove it to y'all because, like I said, I am tired of the games that this conscious community are playing with our people. And I'm going to put them, I'm not going to put them on blast. I'm just going to present what I got to present. And y'all would see the deal. All right. Let me, give me a second here, family. All right. So let me see who we have here. We have, hey, what's up, Candy? Jaguar, what's up? What's up? What's up? I'm on a roll today, man. Olivia, what's up? Chief Holiday in the building. Copper Power, you know how we do. Peaceful Flow, that's what I'm talking about. Chief, I'm gonna go in on them. I'm gonna go in. Okay, I'm gonna go in and let them know that we are the giants. We are still here. We are the descendants of those giants. And I'm gonna prove it to y'all because all our history, all our story is hidden in different places in Europe, the Smithsonian Library or whatever they call it, in the Vatican, in the basement of the Vatican. As a matter of fact, that entire damn Bible is about the American Aborigines in the America. What I'm talking about, except for, you know, all the crazy stuff, you know, with God killing babies and all that. That's literally our children they are talking about in the Americas, the children of our ancestors. So I'm about to show y'all. Miranda, what's up? So we're going to go into a great piece of evidence that I found, and we're going to go into that. So I'm going to share my screen again, and let's go in. This is what I do. Let's go in, family. While I'm doing this, please do me a favor, share the videos, okay? Invite people, because that's how we're going to expose all the lies and all the fables. Let them know that we are the ancient ones, all right? We're going to do this. We are going to do this. I'm excited, man. I love this. You see, I told you, family, this is what I do, man. This is what I do all day, every day. So when I ask you guys to support, man, support and give your love. We are going in, all right? We are going in. They don't want to mess with the chief, man. I'm telling you. I hope y'all could see this, right? I think y'all can. All right, beautiful. So, family, this is a lot of information. So I'm going to take my time and read it, okay? I'm going to take my time, and I hope you guys could go along with me. I'm going to go down. So basically, let me just give, you know, welcome to February 2014 Author of the Month, writer and researcher Richard Dewhurst. So that is the author. So I just wanted to, you know, give him some credit for this, and we're going to go right into it. It says, the eyes of the species of extinct giants whose bones fill the mounds of America have gazed on Nicaragua as ours do now. Abraham Lincoln, 1848. That was a quote from Abraham Lincoln. I'm going to repeat that. In 1848, Abraham Lincoln quoted, the eyes of the species of extinct giants, okay, whose bones fill the mounds of America, have gazed on Nicaragua. Nicaragua is in South, I think, or Central America, as ours do now. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about the Cornheads and Kings, and it reads, in many respects, the West Virginia mounds are key to understanding the true story of the giants who once ruled America. Now, family, the link is below. So I want you guys to go in detail, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of like browse through as an introduction to each of the subtitles, because I'm not going to take my time and read all this, okay? Seriously. The link is below so you guys could do the research yourself and look the information, and also when you search it, research it and cross-reference just to make sure, okay? But all our history, it's literally hidden in some books and hidden in a lot of those libraries, okay? So I'm going to read this again. Of the Cornhead and Kings, in many respects, West Virginia mounds are the key to understanding the true story of the giants who once ruled America. So it is confirming that the giants did rule America. And I'm going to tell you exactly what happened to those giants. Family, I got y'all. This is what I do. The chief got y'all. All right. Now, not only are the West Virginia mound sites in Charleston, Wheeling, and Moundsville some of the most significant in size and numbers in the United States, but in 1883, the Smithsonian dispatched a team of archaeologists to the south of Charleston Mound, led by Colonel Morris of the Smithsonian, to conduct an extensive dig of 50 mounds. They found there and issued a detailed report. The report shows quite clearly that the team uncovered numerous giants, one of which was 7 feet 6 inches tall. I mean, can somebody talk about Shaq here for a second? And decorated with 6 heavy copper bracelets on each wrist, and on his shoulder were 3 large plates of mica or mecca. Now, our ancestors love copper. They love copper. That's why they call us the copper melanated people, the color copper races they found in the Americas. Now, the reason why I know we love copper is because we also had a lot of gold, and we literally walked on gold. I mean, it is proven in their documents and the letters to the king of Spain, the king of France, in their reports, even in some documents of memoirs of Columbus. It literally said that we walk in gold. So our ancestors didn't give a damn about gold. However, we had a passion for copper. We loved copper, okay? And we had a lot of jewelry and ornaments and all those different things made from copper. So I just wanted to explain that, all right? Now, let me continue. It says that in another mound, they found a circle of 10 skeletons surrounding another giant skeleton, as well as an underground vaults. Various copper and mica ornaments, religious items, pipes and spearheads. Pipes and spearheads, okay? Who had pipes and spearheads? Yes, the so-called Indians, the American Aborigines. So those were also the giants, all right, family? So I'm gonna continue here again. Then, at the depth of 9 feet, another giant skeleton was found in the remains of the back coffin, and it was noted in the report that this giant had a skull which was of compressed, a flathead type. Can somebody talk about Herman the Monster? I wonder if they're telling us our story in these movies. Maybe not, but Chief, let's continue. In other words, this skeleton exhibited cornhead. Can somebody talk about Herman the Monster again? And the cornheads, characteristics similar to those found in South America and Egypt. All right, remember, family, South America and Egypt. Remember I told you the first Egypt was in America? But y'all don't hear me though. As digs progress in other parts of the state, archaeologists in Wheeling, West Virginia, found another grouping of giants ranging in height of 6'7" to 7'6", and also displaying unusual skull formations with low foreheads that sloped backwards gradually, while the back part of the head is very prominent, much more than the skulls of people living today. All right, so that part you could go read yourself. And if you go a little lower, it says that the giant town, which numerous gigantic skeletons, the most significant being that was about 8 foot tall male. And as you can see, I'm scrolling up. They have they say click for a larger view. And here you go. That's one of the skeletons that they found. All right. I'm trying to see if he looked like Shaq. Maybe, nah, maybe not Shaq, but definitely he's a big dude. All right. Okay, so we're gonna continue now. They also had what they call white giants in America. Family, we going in today. Now I'm telling you, the Chief is gonna show y'all some things y'all don't find on YouTube now. All right, let's go. White giants, extremely ancient human remains, have been found throughout New York State and New England that date back to 9000 BC. In a report from Syracuse Herald American in 1983, anthropologists from the Buffalo Museum of Science, 1,400 artifacts were dug up from a site called Phoenix Hill. In a county historical report called A History of Livingston County, New York, published in 1824, reported in 1811, in Indian Mound on Mount Morris. Again, this is Indian country, the whole entire Americas. Rude metals, pipes, and articles were uncovered because our ancestors, they smoked pipes, they smoked tobacco. That's what we did. In association with the remains of the giants of enormous size, the jawbone of which was a large that Adam Hollister placed it mouse-like over his own chin and jaw. In 1871, a newspaper report from Cuyahoga, New York, reports of 200 skeletons were removed from a collapsed mound on the banks of the Grand River. These skeletons were said to be in a perfect state of preservation, and that the men were of gigantic stature, some of them measuring 9 feet, very few of them being less than 7 feet. Later, the report noted that a lost city was found in a farm Downville, New York, in association with 2 tons of charcoal and various implements, indicating the site an ancient forge. Further digging revealed axes, tomahawks, tomahawks, can we say Indians? Beads and several smoking pipes. Oh, smoking pipes. Can we say Indian country? Alrighty then, but y'all don't hear me though. Some engraved with dog heads. Giant skeletons were also unearthed, the skulls of which are of enormous size and all manner of shape, some being twice the size of a normal human head. In addition to the human skeletons found in New York State, there is also the famous case of the Cardiff giant, a white alabaster-like statue of 11-foot man which showed an exposed penis, hieroglyphic inscriptions, hieroglyphics in New York. Can they hear me, Chief? Let us continue. This statue caused a worldwide sensation and was exhibited in the New York City to thousands of paying customers before it was declared a fake by the New York newspaper, despite the fact that scholars from Harvard and elsewhere insisted that the statue was genuine. Of course, they're going to say it's fake, but let's continue. The Pearly Queen and her court. For sheer mind-blowing diversity, the discoveries across the state of Ohio may be the richest and most unusual in this country. Family, Ohio has a very deep, ancient, I'm talking about prehistoric culture, okay, in Ohio. But they're not going to tell you that. And guess who the original people were? Yes, the American Aborigines. That's right. Okay, not only are there numerous finds of giants 8 to 10 feet tall, in Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio. I wonder where LeBron is from. But you know what? Let's not talk about basketball right here because, Chief, you don't watch TV. But there are also related finds that are equally astonishing. Among the most significant are the Cincinnati tablets inscribed with hieroglyphs, textiles that resemble those from Assyria and Babylon, a skull examined by a surgeon in Cincinnati that exhibits evidence of brain surgery that shows knowledge of practical surgery scarcely exiled at the present day, as well as evidence of metallurgy. I don't know what that is, forges, slang, iron, and even swords. So family, we were doing surgeries. I'm talking about brain surgeries back in those days because they have found evidence, of tools showing that we have done that. Also showing right here in Cincinnati that we had hieroglyphs. But y'all don't hear me though. But anyway, you know what? I'm not going to read that entire thing. I'm just giving an introduction to each of the titles and you could go do the reading yourself, okay? Let us talk about the copper helmet giants rule. There have been a number of intriguing finds in Indiana over the years, including the discovery of 8 skeletons, one clad in copper armor, buried in a perfect circle in 1888. The Logan Grays military group, led by A.M. Jones, were conducting military exercises on a small island on Eagle Lake near Washoe. Again, that's another Aboriginal word, Washoe. And again, eagle. The eagle is synonymous with America, the first Egypt, but y'all don't hear me though. All right. Under the flagstone, they discovered a hole that led to the entrance to a secret cave that was 25 feet long, 15 feet wide, and 8 feet deep. Inside was the skeleton of a 6'9" giant buried next to a stream that led to what was called a sacred pool. In 1889, near Kawana, again, that's another indigenous word, standing stones were found on a mound, and underneath another giant was unearthed. While in Whitlock, Indiana, another giant was found in association with a group buried in a sitting position. One of the largest finds on record was reported in a history of Jennings County, Indiana, published in 1885. It was reported that in 1881, a 9-foot tall skeleton was unearthed in a local mound, along with the body of a blonde-haired child. And finally, in 1912, an enormous jaw was dug up, that had double rows of teeth, double dentations, a unique characteristic of some giants discovered in other parts of the country as well. All right, we're going to continue, family. We're going to continue the great pyramid mounds of Illinois. That's where I'm at. Illinois in the building. What's up? West Side, Mid Side, West. You know, let me stop. Family, I'm just excited right now. Okay, I'm just excited. That's all. So forgive me, please, for my excitement. All right. So the Great Pyramids, pyramid mounds of Illinois. The size and scale of the Cahokia Mound complex, again Cahokia, has been compared in scope and grandeur to the Great Pyramid. The site is located as a major confluence of the Mississippi, Missouri, and Illinois rivers, directly across the Mississippi River from present-day St. Louis. Like I told y'all before, the Mississippi River is the Nile, and I have been to that Cahokia Mound. Family, if you go to the mound, it is a pyramid. They tell you it's a mound, but I knew it was a pyramid. As soon as I walked up those stairs, I felt it in my core. It was a pyramid and not a mound, okay? At its height, it was composed of 120 major mounds, of which 80 remain today, okay? And a city estimated of about 4 to 50,000 people, making it the largest city in the United States until Philadelphia overtook in the 18th century. Mount's Mound is the largest earthwork in the complex, and it measures 100 feet tall with an original base of 1,000 feet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I hope y'all heard that. I'm telling y'all, it is not a mound, it's a pyramid. I have seen it with my own eyes, but I'm going to read what they said again. Mount's Mound is the largest earthwork complex, and it measures 100 feet tall, even an original base of 1,000 feet. These even measurements in feet has raised the interest of alternative historians, as well as numerous astronomical alignments that show great similarities to alignments at Stonehenge and what's that, Teotihuacan, I hope I pronounced that right, among numerous significant ancient sites. During the excavations of South Monk's Mound, archaeologists even found a series of wooden pots holes that they called American Woodhenge, which they likened to Stonehenge and Woodhenge in England. So family, I would like you guys to read that for yourself. I'm not going to read the entire thing, okay? But it's also giving some great information, all right, about that particular site. And it says here also at the bottom, I'm just going to read at the bottom, all the way to the bottom. It says, at its height, the Dixon Mounds Museum attracted 75,000 visitors a year who were able to view the skeletons and see too as they were uncovered by the archaeologists. In 1990, local Indian tribes had the site closed and the remains reburied in their tribal cemetery, even though there is no gigantic link between the local Indians and the remains of the mound builders. Because remember, the American Aborigines were the ones who stemmed the so-called Indians right now, okay? Now, we go into the next one, to save the mounds. At the turn of the 20th century, there was a national awareness of mound builders and their extensive earthwork that far exceeded contemporary consciousness on the subject. Since the majority of the country still lived an agrarian lifestyle, awareness of the mounds was reinforced by daily contact with the actual sites themselves. Current estimates put the number of known American mounds at over 100,000. Now, how many of y'all knew that? There are over 100,000. It says current estimate. It's an estimate to put the number of known American mounds. That's known, over 100,000. And I promise you, most of them were already, they are pyramids, okay? They are pyramids. How many of y'all knew this in the Americas? And that's an estimated number, all right? You could read the rest of it for yourself, but I'm gonna continue. The Great Copper Kingdom, all right? When reconstructing the true history of the mounds builders in America, there is no more important place like Isle Royale, situated in the Lake Superior just off the Keweenaw Peninsula in northern Michigan. Again, Keweenaw is an Aboriginal word. It came from the Aborigines. They call it the American Indian. Because of a freak volcanic event that twisted the copper-bearing bedrock. Remember, copper is synonymous with the Americas. That's why they call us the copper-colored races they found when they came here. Noah's Dictionary, 1828. Go check it out yourself. All right. So I'm not going to read this entire thing. I'm just introducing you guys to it. The link is below. Take your time and go read it, please. Okay. Now we have the next topic, the Iowa Mastodon pipe and ancient hieroglyphs. On the scale of high, anomalous, out of place artifacts, the Iowa Mastodon and Mammoth pipes have to be ranked right up at the very top. What are we to make of these undeniable, authentic artifacts? Authentic, meaning that it's real. These, when you add the Davenport stellar to the mix, things get even stranger. The steel was found in an Indian mound in 1877, an Indian mound. Who were the original Indians? Yes, the so-called Negroes, the so-called black people, the so-called African Americans who are lost right now, thinking they are from Africa, who don't know who they are, not really knowing that they are American Aborigines. We have always been here. All right. Now it says that the stela contains writing in Egyptian, Iberian, Punic, and Libyan. The Smithsonian, of course, says that the 3 stelas are fake. Of course they are. What the Smithsonian cannot say is fake are the over 100 skeletons that institution found in Poplar Bluff, including a chief who measured 7 feet 8 inches tall. A chief. I wonder who they call chief. A chief. Well, they're not talking about me, but they're talking about our ancestors, okay? They cannot deny the fact that they found over 100 skeletons. The Smithsonian Institute cannot deny that. They found over 100 skeletons, all right, in Poplar Bluff, including a chief who measured 7 feet 8 inches tall. Then there are the discoveries of the Iowa Archaeologist Survey Association with the WPA, I don't know what that stands for, who uncovered 35 houses averaging 30 square feet or 75-foot temple mound that was found adjacent to the houses, or the 11 skeleton founds buried in a circle with another chief in the center, this one 7'5". I'm talking about 7 inches 5. Can we talk about NBA players right there? But y'all don't hear me though. On the Doughty Tooth giant exhibited 1900 in Williamsburg store window. All right, 1900 in the 1900s. All in all, Iowa is one of the strange states, and the finds there are some of the most unusual found anywhere in the United States. The family, I am showing you, they're calling these people chiefs. They are Indians. They are American Aborigines. Okay, they are not native. They are who you are looking at today. They are the children. They are the ancestors of the so-called African American and the so-called black people in America. How many of your lecturers and so-called master teachers on YouTube are telling you the truth about yourself? They won't tell you that because they want to put you in Africa, because they know by putting us in Africa, our land and our inheritance will go to the colonizers and the invaders through what they call the doctrine of discovery. But you know what? Don't worry about it. I am here to bring the truth and to wake my people up. That's what the ancestors sent me here for. Let us continue. America's Naka and pictorial mounds of giants. As was the case with the Michigan's copper mines, the most unique aspect of Wisconsin's mound builders culture is not that the plethora of giants unearthed in the area, but the amazing animal effigy mounds that covered the state like a blanket of woodland imagery. It has been estimated that in one country alone, in Wisconsin, there were originally over 10,000 effigy mounds in Wisconsin. It is no exaggeration to say that Wisconsin was an ancient version of Nazca Plateau in South America. Like I said, our ancestors traveled back and forth, and a lot of our culture and tools and artifacts, they kind of mirror each other. Because I told y'all before, I was born in the Caribbean, but most of my ancestors came from the mainland. All right. And my blood line shows that. So again, this is literally verifying everything that I'm talking about for the most part, which is famous worldwide for the thousands of animal images cut into the bedrock there. The images that covered Wisconsin were endless and covered the gamut from the human forms to snakes, lizards, foxes, rabbits, fish, and mammoths. Unfortunately, no official attempt has ever been made to save these from destruction, and at this point in time, the vast majority of mounds that once blanketed the state have been destroyed. Of course, they're going to destroy it because they don't want us to know our true history, because they want to send us in Africa. They don't want us to know how great we are because they want to put us in another continent, letting us think that we came from slaves. But I'm here to tell y'all, we came from chiefs, we came from kings, we came from queens. Our women were the ones who literally created civilization along the Nile River, which is now they call the Mississippi, and it was spread into the world. But I hope y'all hear me though. All right, big up to our women. Much respect due. On the more traditional front, archaeologists have uncovered evidence of advanced culture and mining activities in the state, dating back to at least 900 BC. At sites like Akonto and Asiola, copper artifacts including spears, arrows, points, knives, adzes, gouges, fish hooks, and harpoons have been found in association with textiles, drilled beads, and even bone flutes that can still be played. In one notable case, it was reported that an 8-foot tall giant was unearthed near the Pelican Lake, while another report from the Westport giant burials were found in association with the 10-pound axes and an 8-foot high wall. I wonder why Trump want to build walls now, huh? Because I guess the giants were just walking over the walls, but y'all don't hear me though. Which was 15 feet thick and ran across a river embankment for 1,500 feet. It was noted that the wall was made from hard red bricks, some of an intense size. In the woods nearby the shore, a mound was opened which contained a giant buried with several rows of textiles and finely finished grooved stone axe. All right, we almost there, family. We almost there. The next one is the lost kingdom of the red-haired, blue-eyed Indians. Y'all gonna love this. Y'all gonna love this, family. You hear that? The lost kingdom of the red-haired, blue-eyed Indians. Those are our children. Those are our ancestors. This is the Americas that we are talking about. But they're not gonna tell you about it because they want to put us on a slave ship. All right. The Mandan Indians are generally found in North Dakota. Not in Africa, in North Dakota. In the Americas. Let us continue. The Mandan Indians are generally found in North Dakota, and since their first contact with the French explorers in 1738, these blonde and red-haired, blue-eyed tribes have been source of intense speculation as to their European origins. In the 1796, the Mandan were visited by the Welsh explorer John Evans, who was hoping to find proof that their large contained Welsh words. Evans had arrived in St. Louis 2 years prior, and after being imprisoned for a year, was hired by Spanish authorities to lead an expedition to Chat Upper Missouri. Evans spent the winter of 1796 to 97 with the Mandan, but found no evidence of any Welsh influence. In July 1797, he wrote to Dr. Samuel Jones, thus having quote and unquote, thus have explored and charted the Missouri for 1,800 miles, and by the communications with the Indians this side of the Pacific Ocean from 35 to 49 degrees of latitude, I'm able to inform you that there is no such people as the Welsh Indians. In 1804, Lewis and Clark, y'all could do some research on that as well, spent time visiting with the tribe, and it was there that they met Sakagawi. Again, that's another indigenous American Aboriginal word, who later aided them in a scout and translator. Then even later in 1833, Western artist George Catlin, who was also convinced of European roots, lived with the tribe and painted their village life and religious ceremonies, although traditionally archaeologists reject outright any European heritage for this mysterious tribe. No definitive haplogroup X testing has ever been done on any of the surviving tribe members, and until scientific blood work it is performed, all theories as to the original origins are purely based on superstition, academic bias, and ill-founded opinions. All right, so family, once again, our women on this continent have given birth to many different ethnic groups. Okay, it is not the other way around. I'm telling y'all, these people are playing with y'all, but y'all don't hear me. All right, let's go to the next one. Sacred pools and sacred calves and halls of mountain kings. All right, I'm not going to read the entire thing. I'm just going to read maybe the first paragraph or the second paragraph to show you that pygmies originated also here in the Americas. I'm going to give y'all some information. In all my extensive research into the hidden history of the giants in America, the most detailed, wide-ranging, and colorful account I came across was the natural and aboriginal history of Tennessee. I'm going to repeat that again. I don't think y'all heard me, okay? The natural and or aboriginal history of Tennessee. Aboriginal history of Tennessee. What does that mean? The word aboriginal. Ab means from or of. Original means the origin, from the beginning. So how is that Tennessee has an aboriginal history, but yet still we from another continent, huh? Yeah, go ahead. I hear all y'all scholars on YouTube and y'all so-called master teachers. All right then, let's continue. Which was the first published in 1823. Hayward combines an exhaustive first-person account of his many astonishing discoveries in combination with an excellent overview of the previous historical finds in the area. Among his many amazing discoveries are accounts of giants found in a walled spring caves with stones that rolled away containing more giants, and 4 upright standing stones that formed a square box, inside of which was the body of another giant. About 10 miles from the Sparta, a skeleton 8 foot tall was found in association with the perfectly smooth and round stones at an ancient child's toy set. All right. Perhaps his most amazing finds were the tiny mounds that contained caskets of 3 foot tall moon-eyed children, who are the pygmies that were said to accompany the giants. I don't think y'all heard me though. Yes, right here in the Americas. Okay, aboriginal. All right. The 3 foot tall pygmies were originally said to have come from North Carolina. Now, again, the original pygmy, the 3 foot tall pygmies were originally said to have come from North Carolina, and legends say that they were mischievous and only liked to come out at night. Cherokee lore recounts that they waged war against these moon-eyed people and drove them from their home in Hiawassee, a village in Murphy, North Carolina, and west into Tennessee. In addition to numerous giants and pygmies, he would discover grave goods, including bloody axes, stones, trumpet, hounding horns, carved mastodon bones, soapstones, statues, and pipes. Family, you could read the rest yourself. But again, I am showing you and proving to you that we had aboriginal history and culture. We had what's called prehistoric America. Okay, we had pygmies here who originated here in the Americas. It was said that they came from North Carolina. Now I'm going to ask you a question. If our people supposedly came here on a slave ship, right? Where did the pygmies come from? Think about it. Why would they bring pygmies to be slaves? So that they could go into rabbit holes? I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. Think about it. How did the pygmies get here? Oh, you know what? We want some slaves. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to Africa. I mean, in spite of the current of the ocean that's fighting against us, because the current from the Americas actually flow into Europe and Africa, which makes it easier to go from the Americas into Africa. But you know what? We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to make up a story and say that nobody was in the Americas. Or, you know, we're not going to do that. We're going to say that the people in the Americas, they were pale. But then they couldn't do the work, so we had to go into the African continent and get these big, strong, supposedly black men. But not just that. We also going to take what we call pygmies. Well, today they call them midgets. I don't mean to be offensive, but we're going to take midgets and we're going to bring them on the boat as well. Why do we need midgets? Oh, you know what? Because we got to hunt rabbits so they could go in the hole. Family, you got to use your head. And I'm not trying to be funny or offensive, okay? I'm just trying to let you use some logic. Why would they take so-called midgets from Africa to come here? Okay? You got to think for yourself. So you could continue and read, and I'm going to continue here, but you could read the rest for yourself. Of moon-eyed children and Mika. Of moon-eyed children and Mika. Although North Carolina and South Carolina are not generally known for their ancient mound building cultures, it turns out that both states have a long and colorful history of giants. Missing skeletons, pygmies called moon-eyed children, and ancient sheet mica mines that were used to supply major mound builders sites across North American continent. Some of the oldest spearheads ever found were discovered in the PD Basin in South Carolina, counties of Florence, Darlington, Marlborough, and Marion counties. The oldest of the spear point are of Clovis origin, which I also have the Clovis in as part of my DNA. So it shows that, again, proving that a lot of my ancestors came from the mainland and have been carbon dated to 10,000 BC. In addition, these points were formed in association with mammoth and mastodon's kills. In addition to spear points, some of the oldest pottery ever discovered comes from South Carolina. It is what's called fiber-tempered pottery, and it was found in association with the polished stone tools, various scrapers, projectiles, points, and lithic materials. Now, you could read the rest. I'm not going to read all of it, but I'm going to go to the last paragraph, and it says, in association with the fabled ancient copper mines found in northern peninsula of Michigan, the mica mines of North Carolina are the most significant natural resource site in North America. The importance of mica to the mound builders culture cannot be overemphasized. Throughout the United States and Mexico, numerous mound builders' burials have revealed a plethora of mica jewelry, ornaments, and decorations, the majority of which can be linked to these mica mines that archaeologists estimates that have been worked since ancient prehistoric times. Like I said, these people are teaching you about history, his story in America, telling you that you came from slaves. But I am here to tell you about ancient prehistoric America, letting you know that we are the descendants of the ancient ones. We are the descendants of the giants. We were the ones who walked the face of the earth. But y'all don't hear me, though. The poverty point. I'm just going to read the first paragraph and then you guys could read the rest because the link is in the description. All right. Although the Cahokia Mound complex near St. Louis is considered the major mound site on Mississippi River, the Poverty Point earthworks in Louisiana is the most ancient temple site and trading center on the Mississippi River. As the vast extent of the site has been uncovered, its primary as the major trading site of the ancient Americas has gradually gained credence with traditional scholars. Poverty Point is constructed entirely of earthworks. The core of the site measures approximately 500 acres, 2.0 kilometers squared. Although archaeologists or archaeological investigations have shown that the total occupation area extended for more than 3 miles, 5 kilometers, that's huge. Along the river terrace, the monumental construction is a group of 6 concentric crescent ridge earthworks divided by 5 aisles, radiating from the center at the riverbank. The site also has several mounds, both on the outside and inside of the ring earthworks. The name Poverty Point came from the plantation which was surrounding the site. The United States nominated Poverty Point for inclusion on the UNESCO World Heritage List in January 2013. So family, go ahead and read the rest for yourself. But I'm just browsing, showing you that we have an ancient prehistoric culture. Okay, we didn't come from slave ships. All right, go ahead and let your so-called scholars and teachers on YouTube talk about that when they're trying to put us in Africa. Texas giants on the beach. In Texas, where everything is big, it would be to states everlasting horror. It turned out that their giants were smaller than those of other giants once ruled over the rest of America in ancient times. I guess Texas, y'all giants wasn't so big, huh? In 1931, the San Antonio Press announced that the federal WPA archaeological team digging in association with the University of Texas discovered that what at the time was called the largest human skull found in the world, Victoria County, Texas. Dubbed the giant on the beach, photographs revealed that this skull was twice the size of the skull of a normal man. These finds were held at the University of Texas, where Dr. Hal Clixon of the Smithsonian examined them and related discoveries. And in a joint press release, it was said that these finds in Texas are beginning to give weight to the theory that man lived in Texas 40,000 to 45,000 years ago. And of course, they have pictures and stuff like that. So y'all could read this, but I'm not going to read it at all. Okay, I'm not going to read the whole thing. Let us talk about the cliff dwellers and disappearing cities. Okay, I'm going to read a few, maybe 1 or 2 paragraphs, and you guys could read the rest below. All right, we're going to browse through this. We're almost done. Thank you for your patience. Thank you so much. In order to make sense of the extraordinary finds made in western desert regions of the United States, it is necessary to completely change your mental image of this area in terms of antiquity and geology. Antiquity, you know what that means? Ancient times. That this region of the country has high culture as early as 8000 BC, which be proven that the giant mummies wrapped in fine textiles and dated to that period found in Spirit Cave in Nevada. But none of these finds will make any sense until you realize that prior to the gigantic Lassen volcanic explosion posited sometimes around 5000 BC, the western region United States that included California, Nevada, Mexico, and Arizona was covered by a freshwater lake called Lake Lohanton. Lohanton, and that's also an Aboriginal word, okay, which was as large as the biggest Great Lakes and situated at height of 5,000 feet. The Lenape, Lenape Indians on the east coast of America reports that they originally lived in the west until their world was destroyed by fire and they were forced to migrate to the other side of the Mississippi River in search of food and shelter. The Lenape tribe. Although the cliff dwellers are generally thought of as recent tribe, Smithsonian field reports from 1910 report signs of construction dating back to at least 5,000 years at some of the caves that they explored. Hieroglyphics were discovered in 1926 at the site in New Mexico and Arizona, and corresponding from the Smithsonian reports from 1910 Puyo Cliff Dweller excavation that it is estimated that the Smithsonian people at 10,000 lived on the face of this one cliff, and that the population of adjoining cliff and on the messes of fully 100,000 people. In another report from 1910, M.J. Brown comments on the great quantities of Portland cement that was plastered or plattered almost every one of the hundreds of rooms in the cave. Later on the same report, Brown quotes Hewitt of the Smithsonian expedition as saying, the Pueblos have traditions, legends, or anything regarding these cliff people. This is too great of a difference in heads of the cliff dwellers, skeletons, and present Indians to arrow connection or relationship between them. I guess I read the whole thing. To give a further idea of just how distorted our view of the extent and size of the cliff dwellers population, here is a report from the Oakland Tribune of 1926 about the discovery of a 6-mile long straight city in Nevada. The ruins run in continuous line of 6 miles and are about half a mile wide. The outlines of the houses of stone and abode are clearly seen. So just to let you know, we had, you know, literally we had cities. So all you see then when they show you the Indians that live in teepees and all that, that's new. That's no disrespect to our native brothers and sisters, but that's new. That's their thing. Okay, we had cities. Okay, we had steel, we had brick. Well, maybe not brick, but we had steel. We had stone tools. All right, family. Maybe brick. I don't know. I'm just saying. But the teepees, that is something new. Okay. I'm gonna read. I'm almost done. The Giants of Stonehenge Island. When looked at its entirety, it seems fitting that our trip west across the United States in search of the ancient giants who once ruled this land should end at the Pacific Ocean with the biggest discovery saved for the last. The first major discovery involves what was called the Death Valley Temple of the Giants. This story from 1947 edition of the Nevada News relates how Dr. F. Bruce Russell, following up on reports that the Smithsonian had hidden evidence of giants found in Death Valley, eventually uncovered a complex of 32 caves in an 180 square mile radius around the California-Nevada border. Inside, he reported findings that the skeletons of 8 to 9 feet giants dressed in animal skins that had been tailored into jackets and pants. Whoa, jackets and pants. Oh, so he wasn't walking around looking like savages, huh? Resembled prehistoric zoot suits. Instead, the complex calves, Russell reported findings, hieroglyphs, extensive weapons, religious artifacts, and cooking utensils. And at the end of the hall, leading from the man temple, he said there was a room filled with well-preserved remains of dinosaurs, saber-toothed tigers. Oh, the saber-toothed tigers were here. Imperial elephants and other extinct beasts appeared of the niches as of on display. So family, again, it is showing you again more evidence that the Smithsonian Institute, they were trying to hide this from the people. I mean, this is, you see, they're trying to hide our story. Again, they want to put us in boats and send us to another continent. But I am here to debunk all the lies and bring some truth to you. So you could read the rest of this. I'm going to continue, and I'm going to read the last paragraph here. It says, but the most amazing discoveries in California were eventually found in Catalina Island. In the 1920s, pardon me, the island of Catalina was owned by the Ringley chewing gum family. I'm certainly sure a lot of y'all got them rich because y'all was chewing gum. Who hired Proof, Ralph Glidden, to conduct a series of digs in the island under the direction of Catalina Museum. What they found made headlines around the world. I wonder why our people didn't hear about it. Maybe it's because our people don't try to research our true history and just go based on what people tell them. But you know what? It's okay. I'm going to find the truth and I'm going to bring it to y'all. Only to be written out of history books. Yes, less than 10 years later. You hear that? Only to be written out of history books less than 10 years later. In short, Glidden and his team exhumed the remains of 3,781 skeletons. Wow, 3,781 skeletons of a race of blonde-haired giants. The tallest was believed to be a king who measured over 9 inches tall, and an average height of skeletons was reported to be around 7 feet. In addition, the team found the remains of a megalithic Stone Age era temple. Later radiocarbon dated revealed that some of the skeletons unearthed over 7,000 years old. For other 50 years, the proof pertaining to those discoveries were vigorously denied by the University of California, the Smithsonian, but in 2011, it was finally admitted that the evidence for these finds had been locked away from the public in restricted areas, evidence room of the Smithsonian, along with detailed field reports and hundreds of photos. Well, family, this is the end of the lecture. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did, because wow, you know, this is beautiful, family. we are back. We are back. We are back. Wow, what can I say? What can I say? What can I say? I am back on the live feed. I mean, that took a lot of energy out of me. But you know what? It's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good, family. We here. We here. We doing this. We doing this. We going in, family. I know this deserve to hit the what they call it. I don't even know what to call it right now. The what is that? The super chat. I mean, y'all got to show some love, man, because we going in right now. We going in. We going in. So let's go to the chat. All right. Let's go to the chat and let's politics. Let's build. I just gave y'all some powerful information right here. Okay. Of course, there's more to come, family. You know, we just getting to the surface of this, to the surface. You feel me? Because our history is being hidden from us. All right. They don't want us to know how great we are. But it's up to us to uncover our own stories. And we, as the indigenous peoples of the Americas, we have a right to request, okay, expeditions to go see our ancestral sites and artifacts. All right. And that's why I'm trying to put a few things together so we can make that happen. All right. So I hope you guys, support, like I said, support the information, family. Support the information. The GoFundMe link is below the super chat. That's all I do. I'm going in, bringing the information to y'all because a lot of people, they're not going to like the information. It's okay. Go argue with the Smithsonian museums. Go argue with the artifacts that they find, telling us about our prehistoric, culture and history. All right. So I'm not sure if my brother is on there, man. I was going to try to see if I could get him into the live feed, but I'm not sure if he's even on there, but family, so what do you guys think so far, man? Miranda, thank you. What do you guys think so far? And like I said, the link is below. All right. So you guys could take your time, read it, and then cross-reference, pull up more research just to validate the information. All right. My job is just to open up your mind, start to get you to think. Why don't we know about these things about our ancestors? Why don't we know that we are the giants who walk the earth? Why are they not telling us that? Why are they not telling us that? There's a reason why they're not telling you, because they don't want you to know how great you are. They want you to always feel like, you came from slaves. All right. But I'm here to debunk all that information and all those lies. All right. So I see we have a few people in the chat room. So talk to me, family. Talk to me, because like I said, the lecture is done. All right. Thank you, Bouillon Smith. I appreciate that. Did you hear about the oldest female skull found in Mexico? I heard about it. I got to do some more searching on that. I got to do some more research on that. Because like I said, even sometimes when I hear things, I just don't like to say it. I like to go search it first and then cross-reference and do more digging. So it wouldn't just be, well, I just heard something, I just talk about it. If that's what it is, then I'll let you guys know. But once I've done some extensive research, then I'll bring the information to you guys. So did the giants build the pyramids? It's possible. Also with probably the pygmies, because they were all here. They were all here. And when I went to the Cahokia Mound right here in Illinois, when I was walking up the steps, the only feeling that I could get was that it was a pyramid. It wasn't a mound. Okay. So they're lying to us. We have over 100,000 so-called, okay, mounds, but I guarantee you the majority of them were pyramids. All right. Found hieroglyphs and hieroglyphics and all that. The first Egypt was right here in America. I know what I'm bringing to you may not be popular, and it's okay. It don't have to be popular, but know that what's popular is the lie. And that's the problem. You see, people are gravitating towards the lie. Everybody want to be black. Everybody want to be African, not knowing that's a plot to take you away from your greatness. That's a plot to take you away from your home, your land. Okay? Believe me, this is ours and we have always been here. And I love my brothers and sisters from the African continent because we are related, but we have always been here. This is our home. All right? We will go over what was given and would like to reach further, but where to begin? Miranda, you just gotta dig. You just gotta dig. I'm a researcher, so a couple of chiefs, especially Chief Hathan Ashoba, we always research. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something that's in me because I'm always thirsty for knowledge. I never want to call myself a master teacher. Like I said, I'm always a master student. So it always keep me wanting to learn, wanting to know more about who I am. So when I step forward as the heir of this continent, of this land, it cannot be refuted. All right. So, well, you know what? I'm excited, but I'm not going to show y'all this just yet. I'm going to do another video. Hold on real quick. I'm going to do another video and go in detail, all right, about DNA and DNA testing. But however, it's a beautiful thing when you know who you are. And the reason why I'm talking this way, family, with so much confidence is because I know who I am. That's just, you see, it's a beautiful thing. So I'm not gonna talk about it right now, and I'm not gonna show y'all too much, but this right here is, my DNA certificate, I'm saying, that came from the private company that says that the following matches that I'm American Indian. You know what I mean? So like I said, when I tell people I know who I am, I'm not, again, saying I'm better than anybody, but it's just such a beautiful feeling to know who you are. Like, you don't have to search for yourself. And what you have to search now is literally not search, but literally make the statement to the world. I know who I am. I'm not guessing who I am. But I will go into the DNA thing another time. But it's just amazing. I wonder if I could give you guys a little sample here. Kalinago, Flying Eagle Akhenaten, and that's the authentic from DNA Consultant. All right, American Indian. All right. But I'll go in detail with that another time, and I'll break down everything, and I'll tell you why. I mean, I had to do this because that was just my journey. But I'm going to talk about the pros and the cons of DNA, most of the cons. All right, but we'll do that in another video. I'm not going to get into that right now. All right, but I'm just excited. I feel good. Frida said there are pyramids in Europe and Grand Canyon older and larger than the ones in Egypt. Yes, the Grand Canyon, of course. That's towards, the Yucatan, Mexico. Yes, all that was actually, Egypt. So Frida, just to support what you were saying, all that's also part of Egypt because the first Egypt was in America. Everything really is just a shadow of what we had, okay? Based on my research, okay? Pyramids in Atlantis, Bermuda Triangle. Yes, at the Atlantic Ocean, down in Bermuda, the Caribbean, North and South America, South and Central America, that was considered Atlantis, and it sunk. All right. Frida, more than the pyramids and structured wide, there was definitely an ancient macular civilization in the past. Absolutely. Have you visited the pyramid site in Collinsville, Illinois? No, not yet. The only one I actually went to, Jason, was the Cahokia Mound, which I know it was a pyramid, but like I've only been here for about 2 weeks, so I'm not in a rush to leave. The ancestors brought me here for a reason, so I'm definitely going to go in. So thanks for mentioning that to me. But on Collinsville, I'll keep that in mind. All right. Pyramids on Lake Michigan still active as the Bermuda Triangle. Candy says, always wondered about Bermuda, the pyramids and crystal caves and disappearing objects sometimes going out there. Beyond Smith, these birth certificates are lies. I'm talking about us. Yep. Of course, we already know that. Those are contracts that are just given to us to, take us away from who we are. You know what I mean? We are the indigenous people, and I'm trying to tell people we have to go back to being indigenous, because just keeping yourself Black and African American, you're making yourself dead, and you are not entitled as a Black so-called person or African American to your land or your inheritance. Okay, that inheritance is literally for the indigenous people. All right. That is Cahokia Mound. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. So I've been to that. Okay. Yeah, I've been to that. And like I said, they said it was a mound, but when I went there, the presence, and when I was going up them steps, I was visualizing everything, and I was seeing pyramid. So yes, I had that experience and it was beautiful. I got to the top and the wind was blowing. I closed my eyes and I thanked my ancestors, just for bringing me here. Because family, if you follow my journey, man, you would see that this is real. This is so real. Like me being here, I have never been to Illinois. I had no plans of coming to Illinois. I meditated about it. I asked the ancestors to give me exactly what I asked for. That's exactly what they gave me, and they brought me here. So this is real, man. It's real. It's real. And my job is to help wake up the American Aborigines, because the world is waiting on us. It is not the other way around. The world is waiting on the so-called black men and so-called black women. But because they cannot get their affairs in order, the world is in peril right now. You know what I mean? The world is in chaos right now because the people here are in chaos. The original men and women, the mothers and fathers of civilization cannot get their act right because they are black. They are dead. So family, wake up. Come out of the dark. I am here to bring you into the light. All right. It says, leader says where I'm in Belleville. And I know a lot of people live in Chicago and St. Louis. So I'm gonna put together a meet and greet. Okay, so Liddy, send me an email because my email is in the link below. We're gonna come together and we're gonna put this thing in motion. All right. If I'm not black, then that's a lie on paper, and that is a lawsuit for entrapment. Of course, family. That's the whole point. You see, that's why I'm trying to let y'all see where I'm going with this. Genocide. But you cannot do anything when you are still their property. You are still black. You are still African American. A slave cannot sue his master. Okay? A slave cannot sue his master. So you have to go back into your proper identity, the American Aborigine, the American so-called Indian, the original people of the land, the indigenous people. That's who we are. All right? That's the same one, Chief. Collinsville. Yes. Thanks, Olivia. Yeah, that's so I've been there. I've been there. That's a shame. I haven't heard of any of this in Illinois. Yeah, I know. I grew up nearby. They told us it was an Indian burial ground. Yeah, of course they're gonna tell us that because they don't want us to know our history. You see, they don't want us to know our story. So everything is fabricated. And if you follow the paper trail, okay, you would see where all the misconceptions are, all the lies. They are there right in front of us. You feel me? So family, it is time to wake up. It is time to wake up. While you guys are talking amongst yourself, give me a second, all right? I'll be right back. Let me get some water. All right. I'm back, family. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Yes. Yeah. Saluna said, I've heard that the ancient Aboriginal Mayans who built the pyramids in was that Mesoamerica could be descendants of the Atlanteans, and that the American pyramids are older than. Yes, family. Sinolo. Yes, we are the descendants of the Atlanteans. I know I am for a fact. I'm also what's called, I have Egyptian in me, but remember what I told y'all, the first Egypt was here in America, okay? You have the Yucatan, you have Mexico, you have Mississippi, you have parts of Illinois, you have parts of Texas, okay? That whole parts of that was also Egypt. You had Upper and Lower Egypt, which literally ran down into Africa. The Nile, they closed in the Nile, okay? I mean the Mississippi River, but it literally was the Nile. And our women, I have to give so much credit to our women, our ancestors, our women. That greatness is still in them. They were the ones who were the cradle of civilization. They created civilization. All right. And that's why I honor and respect our women. And I want them to know that they have to take back their place, okay, to bring order and balance back, okay, in the continent, so that we could get back on our throne. All right. So it's time that our people wake up. Most of Miranda says most of you are so far from me down here in Texas. I know, Miranda. I mean, that's why we are vibing right now. We're gonna get together and we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. All right. Omar says, so what language did they speak? Omar, I have no idea. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not gonna guess. I'm not gonna say that I know. One thing I know, that our language was taken and we are speaking English right now. Okay. So I can't say. I have no idea. I know that in South and Central America, they spoke a lot of an Arawakan language. I know that much. The Tainos and the Caribs, they had an Arawakan, different dialects that they spoke. Even sometimes they had a universal language, but the men spoke a separate language from the women, only sometimes during war, so that the women couldn't tell certain secrets. The men had a separate language. So we had complex, institutions and civilizations, and and huge cities. Freedom or Lemuria and Ramoria Mu, all that was in the Americas. Okay, Mu was another name for America. All right. So we are the people. We are descendants of the ancient ones. So like I tell y'all, family, don't be afraid to embrace your greatness. Okay, don't be afraid to embrace your greatness. The reason why, symbology is significant, because all the symbols that they were showing you of our people always in a degrading, okay, image, always the worst of the worst. That's why our people cannot wake up and realize that we are the great ones. And when you tell people they came from slaves, imagine what it's going to do to their children, when that's constantly something that's being passed down, opposed to letting them know that their ancestors built the pyramids, they built mounds, they built cities. They are the ones responsible for civilization. All right. So it's time to wake up. Yes, it's yeah, of course, it's important. Yes, Frida, we are all one melanated people at the end of the day. But I'm talking about in terms of our geological areas, we here are in the Americas. And that's the only, I cannot go to Russia and say, hey, this is my land, let me get it back. So I have to be real with myself. Okay, I was born in the Americas, so that's what I'm fighting for right now. But I encourage all the people, all the indigenous peoples around the world to wake up, for real. All right. So I said, I heard that we fell in Atlantis because we became degenerated and started practicing black magic and doing evil science, cloning experiments. I know we fell. The reason why we fell, I don't know. I can't say, so I'm not gonna guess on that. All right. Miranda, yes, it would be important if we learn another language. I mean, me, I speak Creole. I'm probably Creole. All right. So at least I have another language I could communicate in. You feel me? All right. My grandfather tried to teach me blah blah blah. Well, yes, learn another language. Yes, but yeah, Frida, yeah, Sinolo is right. We fell. I don't know what we was practicing. Okay, I guess we got into that black stuff, because I tell people that black stuff is a curse, but they don't want to believe me. Stop being black. Y'all are not black. Okay, leave that alone. Come into the light. Damn it. So family, once again, I just wanted to come present you guys with this information, so you have all weekend to reflect on it, do more research, study hard, okay? And let's put in the work, man. Let's put in the work. I always leave my email below so that you guys could contact me. Anybody who want to build, anybody who ready to put in work, you have my email, okay? Share the information, research the information. Once again, please support the GoFundMe. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Like I said earlier, I'm about to get out of here. I'm supposed to be heading out, tonight. So I'm gonna enjoy myself, man. I'm working hard. I'm working hard. I'm working hard. All right, but I really appreciate love, you guys. High vibes. You know, when I come to you, it's all about, you know, it's all about coming up with the truth, man. You know, there's not too many places on YouTube you're gonna find this information because they don't want you to. They don't. They for the most part, a lot of people, for the popular ones, they don't want to. They don't want us to know who we are because the agenda is real. The agenda is real. Okay. So wake up and know who you are. We are indigenous to the Americas. All right. So family, I gotta say hasta la vista. I gotta get out of here, but I will be back. All right. I will be back. And man, listen, I appreciate love you guys, man. Like seriously, I love what I do. I have a genuine love for our people and the uplifting of our people. You know what I mean? And literally, my goal. People always ask, "Hey, Chief, what's your goal?" Well, my goal ultimately is for liberation of people in general. I don't care what race, what creed. Even if we have to separate ourselves and do our own thing. You know what I mean? I still want people to live in peace. But I do believe that only we could take care of ourselves. I believe that only we know what's best for us. So therefore we have to have our own. I know that for a fact. And I will believe that, and nobody's going to change my mind about that because nobody's going to have our best interests, okay, as much as we do. And that is thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, indeed, indeed. All right. So once again, I know we got work to do, but family, love each other, man. Take care of each other, and we are the people. Let us go back to, in one of my videos that I did, I showed y'all, I put the link of the Constitution that our ancestors wrote. The Constitution that the United States of America is sitting on right now, our ancestors wrote it to protect their children. But their children are in an identity crisis, calling themselves Black, African Americans. So now it cannot protect them because they are out of that protection of jurisdiction, or that jurisdiction protection, all right? Whichever way you want to word it. But the point is, you cannot be protected, or the Constitution cannot protect you because it wasn't meant to protect Black people and African American. It was created to protect the children of the American Aborigines, what they call the American Indians, all right? Yes, thank you, Frida, I appreciate that. And you guys have, yes, we love our people more than they know. And I just believe that we should support each other more, especially those of us who know who we are and have already awoken and spreading the word. We should come together. We are putting some things together, but we're going to make it happen though. Anytime, Olivia, we're going to make it happen because we have already won. You see, we will be victorious. Right now, it has already transpired or manifested in the spiritual realm. It is just waiting to manifest in the physical realm. And part of my job is to pave that way. Come with the truth and speak the truth. All right. And that's what it's all about. All right, family. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. If you guys go out, don't drink too much. Don't put too much liquor in your system because your body is a temple of your Most High. Okay. So you want to take care of yourself and you want to stay vibrating on a high frequency. All right. We reel together, realer, of course. Much love and high vibes, all fam. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Family, you guys on the chat, I love the small group. I love the energy. Again, I love it because you see, we don't argue, we don't fight. That's not what it's about. It's about, if we disagree, then it's okay. We have different opinions. We still respect each other. We're not cursing each other out. I like that. I love that. And if that's what it has to be, let it be. All right. But you guys could, anytime, Sonolo, you guys could exchange emails and, family, link with each other, build. Because when we all come together, we'll already be familiar with each other. Don't be strangers to each other. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to talk to you guys soon. And please go back and check the video. Go to the links. Read everything. All right. Read everything. QMTV, I might do a glass of wine because I don't really drink liquor. But you know what? They say a glass is okay for the stomach's sake. But I'm going to probably just have one glass of wine. I don't drink. And it's a matter of choice. I don't like putting poison into my temple. You know what I mean? So we'll talk soon, family. Peace and love. All right, I'm out.